Penny Hogan from Westside Presbyterian Church. I'm here in Patterson today speaking with CEO of City Relief, Josiah Haken. Josiah, it is good to be with you today on the corner of Jackson and Grand here at your mobile outreach on Thursday here in Patterson. And a couple years ago, at the height of the pandemic in 2020, we were learning about the ways your organization had to pivot in order to meet the growing needs. Could you tell us a little bit today about how things have changed and where you are as an organization today?
Yeah, we're just so grateful that we were able to survive the last 2 years. It's been very challenging, and the issues that we're seeing as a result of the pandemic are lingering. The economy, obviously, the impacts of COVID and cost of living have just gone up. Rents have skyrocketed, which has pushed a lot of people who were housed before 2020 into the street. But we are continuing to show up because we know that our work has never been more urgent or necessary. So we are here in the streets, we're serving, we're giving out meals, we're giving out socks, we're giving out toiletries, and most importantly, we're creating that human connection for a very isolated population so that we can hopefully point them to a brighter future where they don't have to come to our outreach for their meal, and they can just come by to say hello and visit with our team.
That's amazing what you get to do here regularly to serve the people of Patterson. What are some of the biggest challenges that you are seeing that the people that you serve are facing on a daily basis?
One of the things that we see a lot that people don't often think about is the need for ID. You realize that you can't get housing. You can't even get a job. The first thing on a job application when you fill it out says, ask for your name and your address. And when you go into that interview, you actually have to provide identification to verify you are who you say you are. So as an organization, we've actually decided to step into that gap and provide City Relief IDs for people that we're working with and people that we can verify who they are so that hopefully they can use that as one step towards stability. The first person who actually received an ID from us, I'll never forget seeing his picture come through because he saw his picture on the ID with his name and he started to cry because having the verification of his existence. It was something that actually affirmed his value as a human being that is intrinsic, rather than based on his job or his income. He just needed that reminder that I'm a real human being.
That's a real great gift, and something, again, we would never even imagine is having such an impact on people. As you are serving here in Patterson, where are the ways and what are you seeing as hope in the terms of the lives of those you're serving, but also in your personal life and those of your staff and as an organization as a whole?
I think one of the biggest hope killers is isolation and loneliness, and even that's something our guests experience every day. The other thing that people don't realize is that hope is really one of the solutions to homelessness. I used to tell people that there's not a homelessness problem as much as a hopelessness problem, because the reality of despair and how that sets in someone's mind and heart when they've been rejected, they've failed, they've been turned away so many times, eventually you just give up. Eventually it's actually more painful to keep trying than it is to be rejected and to fail. What we're trying to do as an organization is provide that spark of hope that might be very minor, or might appear minor, but just like a spark is minor, a small can grow into a big flame and grow into a big fire. We want to be that spark with everything that we do.
And I know you mentioned that you're giving socks away today. Can you say a little bit about how one pair of socks could be a spark of hope for someone in their life?
People's feet are really important when you have to walk everywhere. And so what we've discovered is that just giving someone a new pair of socks, not a donated pair, not a used pair, but a new pair of socks can really just communicate value and hope to the person to say, we see your need, we see what you're going through, we want to help you get through one more day. Because a pair of socks may only get them through another day, but then hopefully we'll be back the next day and we can keep trying and keep helping them move forward.
Josiah, is there anything else that you would like us to know about what you're doing and how you're serving and how you might need help?
We are seeing more need than I've seen ever in 12 years of working in the street. So just, I want to remind people that the needs are huge. And while it's tempting to sort of withdraw, because we're all sort of just tired, we're all fatigued, like, oh my gosh, more COVID, more news, more, like, it's tempting to do that, but we need people to engage. Like, we need people who have resources to continue to show up and invest in their communities of faith that are then supporting organizations like City Relief, like Westside is. And so we are just, the biggest message I want to send to your community is thank you. Honestly, the way that you guys have generously just come alongside of organizations like City Relief, you're making sure that we are able to stay present for people who have been abandoned. And I can't think of anything more incarnational than that.
Well, Josiah, thanks for what you do and for your time today. We're really grateful. As you have heard, the needs are so great here in Patterson. I hope you'll join me in supporting our Advent campaign to raise $55,000 for 4 of our mission partners who are meeting the needs of the most vulnerable among us here in Patterson, just 6 miles away from Westside. Thank you in advance for your generosity.